probably might have gone to a meat that chicken to get the potatoes. Maybe you had to go to, let's say, HEB to get the potatoes.
Yeah.
And then you had to go to the fish market to get that.
Yeah.
Right? So, how does this connect to your stuff? Well, let's say the market was Photoshop. Right? Let's say this be a, let's say this fish was Premiere. PR. And let's say this farmer's market was let's say, trying to think of something off the top of my head. Let's use
character what's that app called?
Like character design?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
CH. Okay. All these are different programs that you to make what you need to put it into this main program, which is InDesign. Right?
Yeah.
Or I guess their logo would look like this. ID. Who knows? But anyways, the main program is InDesign.
Yeah.
That's why I say that InDesign, you don't really make stuff, you just place it in however you want it to be.
Yeah.
You use these other programs to make something, and then you take all the things that you make in these other programs, bring it together in InDesign.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the way that the Adobe hierarchy works is like you have tiers. You got 3 tiers. You got tier 1. Let me go change my marker real quick. Look like this was fading on. You have tier 1, you have tier 2, and you have tier 3. Okay? So for tier 1, you have your Photoshop, you have I don't want to say so much Premiere, Photoshop, Illustrator, maybe Animate, so on, so on.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all your tier 1 stuff here. On your tier 2, you have InDesign ID. You have
Lightroom.
Lightroom will be down here on tier 1, right? You have InDesign, you have Premiere, and you probably have something like
Effects.
No, Effects will be down here in tier 1.
Okay.
InDesign, what they call that website one, Dreamweaver, right?
I was about to say that.
Right, and then tier 3 is going to be like printer, screen.
I don't think I've seen these before.
Oh no, these are just people, man. This is stream, and maybe person. Okay, so tier 1 is where you make your basic assets, right?
Yeah.
You go to Photoshop, you get a photo looking nice and great. You go to Illustrator, you make a logo, a PNG logo. Photoshop, or Lightroom, or all this. It's where you could take like say how we downloaded those burgers.
Yeah.
If we couldn't get a JPEG, we can go to Photoshop and make it a PNG. We take a JPEG, make it a PNG.
Yeah.
We can make Illustrator. We can make all the little pieces that we need, all the different foods that we need. We can make it up here in tier 1. Then when we get all of our food together, like we did when we were downloading all those pictures, we got all the food together, or the individual stuff. Then we brought it to tier 2. Tier 2 is the layout program, right?
Okay.
In the layout stage, tier 2, you can lay out your pictures, which was the InDesign is what we're doing now. You can use Premiere to lay out your videos. If you do a whole bunch of what they call B-roll shooting,
Yeah.
and your audio, all the little videos that you gather up. Say you took Jonathan's class, right?
Yeah.
So Jonathan had you get all the raw footages together.
Yeah.
In your tier 1, right? And then once you get all your raw footages together, then you bring it to Premiere in tier 2.
Yeah.
That's where you lay everything out. That's where you get everything ready to go. And then once you finish laying out your stuff, like say this is my layout here, I got my chicken up there, peas here, mashed potatoes here, fish there. Once I get all that stuff laid out, then we move it to tier 3, the export, or where is it going to go? Is it going to go to a printer so that way it can print and go to the masses?
Okay.
Is it going to go to a screen where people can watch it on TV or anything, or a computer? Or is it going to go to a person where I just give it to you, and that's that? So this is where it's going from. This is the ingredients to make it. This is the actual cooking of it. And this is the feeding the person. Right? You see where I'm coming from
Yeah.
with that?
Mm-hmm.
So those are the 3 tiers of the Adobe hierarchy.
Okay.
Right? Put it together. Or sorry, get the ingredients, make it, serve it.
Wow.
Right? That's how all of the digital stuff works.
Yeah.
Right? So now let's go back to Photoshop. Did you get yours open?
I have Photoshop, but I'm gonna open it right now.
Okay. And when you go to Photoshop, you're going to click on New File, and then we're going to do the 8.5.